All right.
Brago, how's it going?
It's going, Sai. How's it going?
Not too bad. These Supernova, man, they are they're making moves out here, you know. We got Kid and Law beating, you know, an Emperor of the Sea. We got Bonney going to Sun God Nika mode.
Beating.
You know, all these Supernova, man. We've met all of them except for one.
Well, we've met all of them, but we don't know all of them.
Yeah, we haven't spent that magic time with some of them yet. And that one character, is Urouge.
It's just
Where
Urouge,
is he?
right?
It's just Urouge.
Yeah.
I mean, you could technically say Hawkins. You know, we haven't really talked to him, but nobody cares about Hawkins.
He's a 1%. He was a 1% man, so.
Yeah, we saw him. He looked good for the beginning of Wano, and then we kind of tossed him to the side. But Urouge, though,
all over the arc.
No, Urouge is what we're here to talk about today. You know, Bonney showing this much potential. I mean, every Supernova we've met have shown more and more potential as we go on. With Urouge being the final Supernova we're actually going to meet, are you expecting great things from him?
Well, he has a lot to live up to. Kinda.
Yeah, in a way.
It depends on what side he's on. If he's on our side, then he has a lot to live up to. If he's on the opposite side, it's not that much, right? Because think about it, the Supernova that's been on our side, it's like they've been great, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, does Kid kind of counts?
I'd count Kid.
P kind of counts, right? And so they've been better than the others, where it's like Drake and
Apu.
Hawkins, Apu. Even though Apu's been pretty.
He's durable. He's durable
as hell.
I mean, that's all you can say, though. Apu can take hits.
You can take hits. As a character, it's like he's whatever. So for Urouge, based on him seeing Kaido and being the praying monk that he is, beating a sweet commander, he's had some hype. So I expect good things, but I'm holding out. I'm not expecting anything insane, considering how late we are in the story as well. It's kind of like it could go two ways, where he's just like insane and Oda just like, okay, he has to kind of scale Urouge to what's going on, or he's underwhelming considering what we've seen this far. But he's one of the more interesting ones, because we don't even know really what his devil fruit is. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
is it even a devil fruit?
Because a lot of people say it's like people call it a karma devil fruit. Yeah. It's like, you know, he just inflicts the damage that he's taken. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you, shit like that religious thing. But I'm expecting good things, not great things.
Right now, his powers are very much like Bergamo from Dragon Ball Super. You know, Goku hit him, the guy gets bigger and bigger, so eventually we just have to out-damage him. That's all it is, which I would say wouldn't be that hard, you know, if he's fighting Sanji, Zoro.
If he's a poo, then you're screwed, because that's a lot of damage to take. But I like, it's hard to see where he fits in the story at this point, because you thought he would show up in Wano because of the Kaido stuff, but I don't know. Like,
I think
Elbaf, because he was on the Sky Island.
See, here's the thing with the Rouge. I think the amount of, like, fighting aside, I think the amount of lore he's going to give us is going to be really impactful, simply because he's from Burka, right? He knows Enel. And the thing with the Burkans, which is his race, is that they come from the moon, right? With how important the sun is right now, I feel like the Burkans in that lore of the moon will be really important.
We need some moon hype.
Yeah, a lot of moon hype here. I mean, granted, Urouge could know nothing about it. I mean, he became a pirate, right? He managed to escape Enel's genocide in the Birkin land. So there's a chance he doesn't know anything. But I'm hoping that he does know a lot. You know, his whole bounty's even tied to like the Buddhist thing of 108. Like, there's a lot about Urouge that is, I think, pretty hype. But I don't know. Like, I can't imagine him being a villain. Like, right, we fight the Gorosei, we fight Kaido. Oh, our next opponent, Urouge the Mad Monk. Like, that's not. I can't imagine that future.
Villain. I think he gives off the energy of like a neutral party.
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah, he's just there. But it's crazy, because Urouge, out of all the Supernova, excluding like the obviously Luffy, Zoro, Law, Kid, he was one that had like he had a lot of hype. And he had a lot of fans. Because I don't know if have you ever seen the video Fear the Urouge?
No, I have not seen Fear the Urouge. Is that a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Fear the Urouge. No, that sounds like propaganda. What is that? Fear the Urouge. It's not up on YouTube anymore. I think it got taken down.
Oh, did it get taken down?
Maybe, yeah. When I type that in, all I have is Urouge versus Cracker, where Urouge gets stomped on.
Yeah, I guess it got taken down, but Fear the Urouge was like it's like a fan made video where like it turned everybody's face into Urouge. And it's like he had just like this random hype about him that was insane. But I again, I don't see him. I can't see him being a villain just because, let's be honest, he's not strong enough.
There's no way he's strong enough.
He just isn't strong enough. I don't care what sweep commander he beat or whatever it is. He's just not strong enough to deal with the likes of the Straw Hats. So only thing you can hope for is that, like you said, context with the Birkins and the Moon stuff, and him being a neutral party that has information that he can give us. Maybe add some more exposition with Kaido, right? Because he's up there talking about Kaido and stuff like that. So the Supernova so far, like, okay, as a group, who would you rate higher, the Supernova or the Warlords?
Warlords. Like, when I think of Supernova, like,
in regards to character,
like strength or just characters?
Just character.
I like the Warlords a lot, man. I really do. Like, when it comes to Supernova, there's a few Supernova that I just straight up don't like, but when it comes to Warlords, I like every single one of them. I think that's the hard part. Like, when I think of the Super Rookies, it's like, oh, Apu, bad taste in the mouth. Drake, I don't know. Bonnie's growing on me, but Capone is like,
I like
Capone, as far as the Warlords, dude, the Warlords, man, Buggy, Mihawk, Dofi, like, they have heavy hitters. I can't think of a bad Warlord. I really can't. But for Supernovas, I can, which is saying something.
The worst Warlord is Moria.
I don't want to say yes. But I mean, somebody needs to be at the bottom of the totem pole. And as much as I love Moria and his powers... Actually, no, yeah, it's Jinbei. Yeah, that fish man. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jinbei's the worst Warlord.
Because he's a fish?
No, just because Jinbei's part of the crew. Like, all the Warlords are evil guys. Like, Jinbei, he's too much of a goody two-shoes, man. Over here, like, sacrificing himself for Ace, which still made no sense. He's like, I'm not going to participate in the war, so I'm just going to get arrested. Like, why did he do that?
Do you think Moria is human?
He could have just swam away. Moria?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't he be human? He looks human, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean... yeah, right? He looks like an everyday guy you'd see at like Walmart. Moria?
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just want to.
Yeah, let me double check. Let me look at a picture of Moria. Yeah, dude. Come on. He looks like one of my cousins, actually. Steve. Okay. Yeah, dude. He looks like a Steve. Can't you see it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess the Warlords are better.
Would you wait? So you agree?
Well,
Warlords or Supernova in terms of characters? You'd pick the Warlords? New and old. So you have like Buggy and Weevil and
it's tough because like
Blackbeard first, Blood second. Yeah, some overlap.
It's technically overlap.
Yeah.
But it's Warlord. When you have Doflamingo,
Croc.
Well, it's okay. It's tough because you always have to exclude the Straw Hats, and
no, so you can include them.
Includes Luffy and Zoro.
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, like Luffy, Zoro, Law, and Kid,
because
like
Law is more of a Supernova than Warlord.
Yeah, I agree.
So if we say like Warlord in regards to character, is Dofi and Croc?
Mihawk.
Character?
Wait, what do you mean? Like who do you put over Law?
Yeah, because it's like I think of the best Warlords as far as like just character and as far as written characters. I think if you delve deeper into Mihawk, you can find some gold there. But just based off of what they are, Dofi and Crocodile, and I might be Buggy or Boa for me.
Yeah, but here's the hard part with the Warlords. We haven't spent enough time like going into all their backstories yet. Like we still don't know anything about Weevil. Buggy is still a wealth of information in my opinion. Like there's still a lot when it comes to like Mihawk. Well, like we have an SBS thing, and that's
we don't
about
know
it.
anything. We don't know
Like
anything about
whereas
Mihawk.
whereas the Supernova, we know a lot from these guys.
Now we know a lot. So we know a lot of
Like for
we know a lot
Bonney
about
and Law.
obviously the Straw Hats,
Yeah.
right? Bonney and Law. Kid, we got his stuff in the SBS, so we know enough. Hawkins, we don't really. Apu, we don't really. Urouge, we don't really.
Right,
we know about Capone. Right. So there's still Killer. We know a little bit.
Yeah, his backstory is like tied with Kid.
It's tied with kids, but it's like it's still stuff there. So I don't know. I think Warlords is still better, but I think once you include Luffy and Zoro, it starts to
like
get
they
a little dicey because
tilt the scales.
we're biased because those are the main characters. Those are two main characters. So it's just like they're obviously not better characters than Dofi and Crocodile. I don't think.
Damn.
Unless you think so.
Well, for me, I mean, I made a top 5 list based on my favorite characters, and all I gotta say is that Crocodile, Mihawk, and Dofi, like they're all in my top 10. I think a lot of the Warlords are in my top 10 favorite characters, whereas the Straw Hats aren't exactly. But I'm more of a villain guy though, so I love how bad they are.
Yeah, two of my favorite characters are villains. So, and then yeah, how many Straw Hats make my top 10? Two make my top 10.
Luffy and Zoro?
Three make my top 10.
Luffy, Zoro, and Robin or Sanji? Sanji, nice.
Yeah, 3 make my top 10. But I definitely have more villains in my top 10.
Same. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like villains are... I would say the villains are like Supernova. No, not like the actual Supernova, but like, you know, they come in, they explode, and they're just great, like for what they are. Like the villains are never gonna win. We're never gonna spend like a bajillion hours with the villains, unlike the Straw Hats. So yeah. I love that the villains are able to come in for a single arc, show off, do some crazy things, you know, give Luffy a run for his money for the most part, and then go away. Like I really respect that.
The villains, the admirals, those guys, they enhance the story. They kind of make things exciting, right? So they come in, like you said, they do their thing, and then they kind of move on. Is your favorite list different from or separate from your objective list, where it's like your favorite characters and you have like your objective best characters?
I haven't made an objective best characters list just because I feel like that'd be really hard. So I only have like my personal favorite list, and that's it.
Yeah, because I do have like a separate list where it's like, all right, I understand why these are objectively the best characters in One Piece. Then I have my favorites list where it's like just a lot of bias in there, because like I don't think Garp is in my top 10.
That's fair.
Favorites, but he's definitely one of the best characters in One Piece.
Yeah.
So
especially like post Marineford. Post Marineford Garp is great. You know, like just him going through that regret of like, oh, I couldn't save Ace, so I'm gonna save Kobe. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do anything, so I'm just gonna get beat by Dodon instead. You know, just he's not gonna like hurt himself. So he's like, you know what? The closest thing to hurting myself after Ace, Dodon. I gotta go see her.
I'll take the beating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like Garp was exceptional even in Marineford, which I absolutely despised him for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
You held that against him?
Because I'm an Ace guy. So
Brago. Wait, Brago the Ace. Whoa, wait, is it for Ace? Port Gas the Ace?
Hey,
yo,
we finally put it together, you know.
Damn.
So it's I'm an Ace guy. So just spoiler alert. But so when he didn't save Ace, it was a conflict that I was going through with him and his character. But then I kind of put myself in his shoes a little bit. It's just like, what would I do? And I think the easy thing is to say, well, obviously I save Ace, but it's like, it's not as simple as, just save Ace. Considering the warnings, my position, what I mean to the Marines, it's a lot harder. The only issue is that when we look at that situation, if you put Luffy in Ace's position, does he save Luffy?
I think you would.
I think he would too. So, is he your grandson or not?
I think Garp would save Luffy. I think the hard part with Ace is that Ace, while Garp did see him as a grandson too, it's like it's not the blood like Luffy ranks a little bit higher than Ace. It's just not. It's not an easy situation for Garp.
That's like the people who rank their kids,
Yeah, like it's.
Because you rank your cats.
I rank my cats. I try not to think about it, but I think I would have a ranking pretty fast.
Yeah, of like the cat you like the most.
Yeah.
Is it based off of how easy it is to take care of, or how
I think age,
affectionate
time.
they are? So the one that you spend the most with?
Yeah. Well, no, it's the cat that I've had the longest. I think it's like the hierarchy, you know?
Okay. I get it.
Eldest first, and then eventually it goes to youngest first because, you have to take care of them a lot more. They rely on you, so it's a hard one.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of like ranking your kids. That's what Garp did. Like, he obviously Sabo's last, and then you have...
Yeah, okay, if it was Sabo... Yeah, put Sabo on the stand. I don't think Garp would.
Garp's not even showing up.
Akainu, hold me. Sengoku, hold me back. I'm gonna kill Akainu. No.
He's not even showing up.
Sabo's dead. Well,
he's like, Sabo. Oh well.
Ace had debate. Like Luffy, he'd run immediately. Sabo, he'd probably like he'd probably take a break that day. Like I'm just gonna go chill at home.
I would take the day off.
Yeah, let me know how this war goes later.
Like with Dragon, but he might be there just to see Dragon pull up.
You're right. Yeah, if Dragon was there, he'd go.
Yeah, he'd pull up just to see if Dragon pulls up. That's it. Not for Sabo though.
I feel like we would have like a run back of Marineford. Like put current Garp in Marineford. I feel like he would save Ace.
I feel like he has a lot of regrets. You can assume that's why he went to save Kobe, even in Hachinosu, right? Where it's like, bro, you pull up to the pirate island to save Kobe, which that is, I think Garp went there knowing that he wasn't going to leave. So, yeah, it could be this. He could I think he leans more towards saving Ace than not after what's happening to Kobe. Be like, because if he knows of the outcome and how he would feel, then it's probably like, I don't want to feel that way. So screw this position. Because Garp is what, 70 something at this point?
I think so.
Like, bro, what
this might be like the one regret he has, right? Like Garp hasn't regretted a lot in his life. I mean, maybe like the God Valley thing, but we don't know the context yet. But this might be like one of his biggest regrets, just what happened with Ace.
Because I'm thinking of it like, I would understand if Ace was a bad guy. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but you kill people and shit. So, but he's not a bad guy. He's just a pirate. And based on the world, all pirates are deemed villains or bad guys. So it's like, no.
Wait, like, dude, I'm not saying Ace should have become a Marine, but you know how much easier Garp's life would have been if Ace took the warlord position?
Here's what I worry about. Like if they give Ace the warlord position and then it's like a low key, like a setup. Like they give him the warlord position, but then they kind of use that opportunity to at some point like set him up and kill him.
Well, they haven't done that with. I mean, okay, they did it with Moria, but Moria was like.
I'm just saying
that's a little bit different. That's because Moria is just not. We still don't even know the Moria situation, right? Like, the higher ups want to kill you. Is it because Moria is weak and he lost, or is it because they don't want his devil fruit around?
Or it's a situation where like they need some positive press. They set Ace up. Oh, this warlord destroyed this town, right? And so the Marines, they swoop in and then they just fucking publicly execute this warlord. Like, yeah, we're getting rid of Roger's blood. That's going to get rid of all the bad pirates, Yeah. I think it's just so I don't know if they would.
Okay, here's a hypothetical. They offer Ace the warlord position, but they don't know that Ace is Roger's son.
Ooh, then they find out.
And then Garp hides the information. Garp burns the files.
First off, Garp should fight Sengoku.
Because he doxed him?
He doxed him. Because Garp told Sengoku.
Is that what happened? Like, we still don't know how they found out. Like, I guess that's the only plausible reason.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
No, there's no way Sengoku... Maybe he would.
That's the only way, bro. How else would he find out that Ace was Roger's son?
Maybe it was Black Horse.
Like he kind of.
I mean, he's like the intelligence guy, right? Like he's the one who showed up at Akainu's office and he was like, "Yes, like I've been investigating this stuff." He didn't not like Ace stuff, but like we saw him after Wano. So maybe he's like behind the scenes playing the detective role because he did have like the detective glasses.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that super detective with the glasses, but how else do you find out something that only dead people would really know? Nobody else would know about that.
True. I mean, yeah, maybe it's just because I don't want to paint Sengoku in a bad light, because I like Sengoku. You know, when I see Sengoku, I see like a kindred spirit.
Sengoku is a kind with good PR.
Exactly.
He has really good PR. You know, he's the Buddha. You know, he has a fro.
He's got a goat.
He's got a goat.
It's a shepherd,
right?
man. Look at that.
He had like a great relationship with Corazon. So it's like, man, Sengoku's a good guy.
And Drake too. Oh my god, people love Drake.
So people are like, man, Sengoku's a good guy. Then you think about it, like, Whitebeard's like, yeah, Sengoku, I know how you are. And then Sengoku was like, he oversaw like the whole thing with Squard. Bro, he's a mastermind, man.
Yeah, I mean, okay. People say Squard is a dirty tactic from Akainu, but here's the thing, dude. You got to win a war, dude.
I don't think it's dirty.
It's not. Yeah, it's not dirty. I mean, Whitebeard's a pirate too. Like, if he could do the same thing, he probably would. Well, maybe not.
In this world, it's not dirty considering just how pirates are framed, where they're the bad guys. So it's just like dirty. Can you fight dirty against a bad guy?
Even then, like Squard, like they didn't manipulate the truth. Like they just told him what it was. Like, hey, like Whitebeard hasn't told you that Ace is Roger's son. Well, I mean, he should have told you earlier, and it's like, yeah, he should have. Like, I mean, it's that simple. Like, White.
I don't know how you say that though.
Yeah, it's not something you just drop on a Saturday afternoon, but at the same time, it's like they didn't really twist his arm. They didn't like hold his family hostage and say, Squard, you have to stab Whitebeard or we're gonna kill your son. No, it's like,
they got him in a dark alley. Well, they did kind of like set it up by going after certain parts
points.
of certain points, and like kind of say, hey, we're only going after these people because me and Whitebeard struck a deal, you know, and like da 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 da. And so they kind of put him in, and they got him in a dark alley. It's like,
the dark alley's crazy.
You ever thought about this? And so, you know, I think it was a great tactic.
It's good.
That's a great tactic. And Squard fell for it.
He's like the Leo of the Whitebeard Pirates, huh?
Yeah.
Because Leo, like, he was reading the newspaper. He said, "Well, wait, Luffy killed Vegapunk."
Luffy really did it.
Yeah, wow, damn, didn't know Luffy had it in in him. Like, all right, Leo. Okay. All
right, Leo. You really?
you believe this?
This is super gullible, though. So I just leave it up to that.
Here's a good question for you. Here's a great hypothetical, actually. Let's say you're dirt poor, and there's a gold mine next to your house, but it's too small for you to enter. But there's also like a family, like let's say 10 families at Tontadas living by you. Would you lie to them to excavate that gold for you? And you get to keep all the profits and they work themselves to death? Because I think I would.
Would anybody know about it?
No.
I don't think I'd work them to death, though. Because
you have to.
That's like just, I have to work them to death?
Yeah, it's like one of those plot points that you can't avoid. They just die for no reason after they're done excavating the gold. Let's say the gold is the one thing keeping them alive in this corporeal dimension.
Oh.
Like right when all the gold is gone, their energy evaporates and they pass away. But you know, like I said, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Except for you. Just you and the good old God himself.
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't do it? You'd have these Tontados living by you the entire time? Just
yeah.
Leave the gold intact?
I'd enjoy them being like something you just walk past and see, like something I only know about.
Okay.
It's like something magical like that.
$50 billion. Untaxed. 50 generational on generational wealth. If you had a kid that was Genghis Khan,
or kill all of his
families, yeah, work them to death. 50 billion. 50 billion. What would your family say, Brog, if you turned this down? Boo-hoo, you couldn't kill 10 families.
I'd have to think about it.
I'd be like, yo, Brog, throw me like 100K, please.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it, man. It's just like, because that's genocide, you know?
Yeah, but nobody knows.
But I know, you know?
Okay, yeah, here to make it worse too, like every day they're like so happy to see you and they think you're helping them out too.
Yeah.
And they're just getting sicker and sick. And it's over like the course of a year. Let's say it's a year. A year long. You just have to watch them go in and out of the mines crying, like, oh, in pain. But they see you and they're so happy because they think you're like their savior. and you're just lying to him.
Yeah, I probably couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
Yeah, I probably couldn't do it. I'd let that. Yeah, 50 billion.
50 billion.
Because it's just, because money is just I feel like money is like it's like your tail, you know? Like, I feel like if you value money more than anything, you're always going to be chasing after it, no matter how much money you have.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I get 50 billion, then I'm like, what if I had 60 billion?
Just keep on going up and up.
Just keep going. So I think you can't put money over everything, or again, you kind of get lost. So you got to have like a boundary. Like, it's like, all right, what are you willing to, like, does money buy everything? Does money buy everything in your life, your integrity, your soul?
Damn.
And
you're a good guy, Brago. Here, let me hit you with another one. 5 families instead of 10.
Okay, now that's a hard deal to pass up.
Where's your line in the sand, Brago? 5 families
behind. I'm leaving 5 of them behind. You know, like, it's not complete genocide.
Yeah. They can go on like the other 5, and you get to pick which families live. How about that?
Then I'd probably do
it. Damn, nice.
Then I'd probably do it. But like, just completely wiping them out, nah, I can't. I don't think I could.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, how do we get it? Didn't we start with Urouge?
Yeah, the supernova.
Yeah, I mean,
let me ask you this, right?
What's up?
Other than the current supernova, if you had to pick one, you can't choose Sanji. Who's somebody would you think? I like how you say supernova?
You can't pick Sanji.
You can't pick Sanji because Sanji's the easy layup answer. Other than him, who's somebody that you think would be a great supernova, and who's somebody else you think would be a great warlord?
Everybody that would make a good. Damn,
one person that make a good supernova and one person that make a good warlord.
Damn, you're just dropping this all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah. They could be somebody from somebody else's crew.
Yeah. For supernova, I think I'd pick Barto.
He's already a supernova, wasn't he?
Barto?
Wasn't he a supernova in a different...
No, I don't think so.
No,
he's considered like a super rookie, right? No, that was Cavendish. Cavendish is a super rookie. Yeah, I would say Barto. Barto's strong enough to be a supernova, in my opinion. Hell, I think he could beat the brakes out of Capone. Possibly Hawkins as well. Like, I think Barto would make a great supernova. His bounty would kind of fit in as well. I think he'd be really good.
Yeah,
as far as a great Warlord. That's a rough one because it comes to like territory. I would say,
well, it's mostly like cachet and clout.
Yeah, cachet, clout. Who has good clout out there? There's not a lot of
like, let's say what about Jack?
Jack the Drought? That guy?
The Drought. Yeah, because Kaido's crew isn't intact anymore. Jack is the only one that we know like didn't die.
Yeah, no, I don't see Jack. Jack doesn't strike me as a good like warlord leader because all the warlords are kind of crafty too.
Yeah, remember what Jack did to Zoe, man?
Okay, but that was with the help of Caesar, and like I don't know why, but he decided to fight for like the first 7 days. Like a crafty guy would just start off with the poison gas.
But it's kind of like that's a flex though. Like I fight you by myself for 5 days, right? 5 days, right? 5 days.
Yeah, 7 days.
Switching. You guys are switching in and out. Was it 5 days? I think it was 5 days. Is it 5 days or 7 days?
It doesn't matter. I mean, 7 days. It's like, oh, did Akainu and Kuzan fight for 10 days or 11 days? It's like we didn't see it. We saw like parts of it here and there.
5 days. 5 days. Okay, it's 5 days. So 5 days on and off. He's fighting Inarashi and Nekomamushi, and he by himself pretty much because they said they could beat everybody else, but they could not take Jack out. And then after 5 days, he's like, you know what? I'm bored. Let's end this.
Yeah, let's go.
The thing is, I think
he's wondering. Kaido's wondering where I am.
Why I like Jack as a warlord is that he's willing to go out there, man.
He is. I feel like he'd be one of those warlords that would follow orders too.
Yeah, he's willing to go out there. So who did you say as a warlord?
I didn't pick one yet. I just know it's not Jack. I think that's where I stand. I know it's not
think about
Jack.
it, Jack would be. Where would he rank as a warlord?
Katakuri would be pretty good as a warlord.
He'd be OP.
Katakuri, he would fit the warlord aura, like the aura check, right?
Katakuri as an warlord would be insane.
Like imagine the dinner party where there was like Blackbeard, Bartholomew Kuma, Dofi, Croc. Like, dude, imagine Katakuri just posed up. Like, he fits in. Even size wise, he fits in. I think Katakuri would be my warlord pick, and then Barto would be my my supernova pick.
I'm never mad at the Katakuri love, because even in the anime they had a Katakuri with like the jacket when he came, because he was somewhere and he pulled up and he said, "Yo, Katakuri's returning," and it's like he's walking up and he had the red eyes, you know. So it was just like, you know, the aura is obvious with Katakuri. It's like Katakuri would be insane.
Yeah,
as a warlord. It's just, where would he rank as a warlord? Is he? Because Mihawk is 1.
Yeah, Mihawk is 1. Who do you number 2?
Probably. Well, Katakuri is over, because people have a revisionist history, but now they're putting Jinbei over Katakuri, and like,
I don't think so.
As like, it was clear in Whole Cake Island that Jinbei could not hang with Katakuri at all, but I would say Boa would be 2. Okay, he's stronger than Doflamingo, and Doflamingo is like,
yeah.
And then, okay, Kuma with his mind.
Kuma with his
2?
mind, I would put 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Prime Kuma with his mind, 2.
2, but right without his mind, he's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, he goes down significantly.
Yeah. So 1 is Mihawk. I would say right now, I'd put Boa at 2.
Yeah, Boa seems good at 2.
I don't know. Because Boa,
I guess Weevil got done in by Green Bull, though.
Green Bull. Bro, did you see the anime episode for that? Because a lot of people were saying that
you look crazy, man. It reminded me of Goblin Slayer, just a giant orc showing up. They said that
because in the manga it wasn't as clear if Weevil put up a fight or not.
Yeah.
In the anime they're like, yeah, he couldn't do anything and he got taken against his will. And it's like, yeah, Green Bull just beat his ass. So
yeah.
It's tough for Boa, because I think Boa is one of the strongest characters in One Piece, considering just her power, and like not many people can deal with it. So like she can probably, other than Mihawk, beat more people than anybody else, I would say.
Yeah, I would say.
So
go for it.
I think I'm between 2 or 3 right now with Cat. Like if you go with all the warlords.
Yeah. So currently I'd put Mihawk number 1. I had to look up the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boa's number 2. I'd put Katakuri number 3. Dofi number 4. Tied with... I would... Believe it or not, I'd actually tie Dofi with Crocodile. Like, they're always shown together. They kind of feel like a Zoro Sanji kind of thing.
It's
like
Zoro
they're yin
Sanji,
and yang.
but like we know who's stronger.
Yeah, Crocodile, you're right.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I think they're pretty equal. I mean... I don't know. There's a reason why Dopey asked to go, like, you know, halvesies with Crocodile and Marineford, man.
Yeah, but he said that, but Crocodile was like, well, don't you mean underling? He's like,
yeah. See, Crocodile wanted to be number 1, you know?
Yeah, but he's like, you don't need, but he knew that Doflamingo didn't mean equal. Doflamingo meant underling. So it's like, Doflamingo's like, well, you got me.
Yeah. So yeah. Doflamingo would be above Crocodile, but yeah, you're right though. I do think Katakuri is safely above Doflamingo. I mean, even in terms of powers, right? Like the amount of gear forth it took to beat one versus the other.
Yeah, Katakuri. I think, bro, is this a hot take? But I think Katakuri beats Crocodile and Dofi together.
Together is no. I wouldn't say together. I feel like 2v1s are rough.
I think together.
Dude, I used to think that 2v1s were easy until I saw JJK. I think that warped my perspective on gang attacks. Like the beatdowns that could ensue from a 2v1 are insane. You know, I'm used to like video games and animes where it's like, oh, you want to fight? Okay, well, you fight him and then I'll wait here on the side until you're done. It's like, nah, dude. In a real 2v1, that's not easy. Especially when Crocodile's also a Logi. Like, you have to switch up the strategy, you know? Like, they're so different when it comes to fighting that I feel like 2v1ing them is not going to be simple.
I don't know. I don't think it's simple, but I think just based off of like, I think Doflamingo, based on what we've seen so far, right? And
Yeah.
how Gearforth was able to handle him, it's like he's the most versatile, right? But I think just with Katakuri's, Katakuri has his own versatility with Future Sight.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why people say, oh, you know, who wins, Dofi or Cracker? They never say who wins, Dofi or Katakuri. You know what I mean? Like, nobody asked that question.
Close. It's not close.
Yeah.
I think people upscale Crocodile because of the new bounty, right? Where it's like, yo, he has a new bounty, so he's going to be stronger. But based off of what we've seen from Crocodile,
I like to upscale Crocodile. I mean, I'm not like a full-on bounty scaler, but I do want to say Crocodile's going to have hockey. He's going to have like a bunch of new tricks up his sleeve. But here's the thing with Crocodile too. How about this? Katakuri versus Doflamingo and Crocodile, but the fight takes place in Alaberna, the capital of Alabasta. So, you know, Dofi he has the buildings for his String Awakening. Crocodile has the sand there for his Logia powers. Like, what if we give them the elemental advantage?
Then they win.
Okay.
They win.
See, I respect that.
They win.
And I'll say Katakuri wins if they fight like in a plain area.
In the mirror world.
Yeah, in the mirror world, yeah, I'd give it to him. Sure.
It's going to be a very hard fight. And the more that I think about it, considering Doflamingo can create clones, he has a string, Crocodile has a sand, it's going to be a hard fight. It's not an easy fight at all.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But it's just like Doflamingo, because of what happened in Dressrosa, he kind of has been surpassed by, like, personally, I think based on what we've seen, you can make an argument that Jinbei's stronger, which I don't think that was initially the case. People didn't think that way. But I think based off of this, how things have transpired, and because Doflamingo kind of got left behind, people kind of scale Jinbei over Dofi now. But
it's fair.
Where I think, like right now, Sanji's clearly stronger. Zoro's clearly stronger.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't know if he gets past Jinbei. So...
Yeah, power scaling is never like
Zoro and Sanji over Katakuri now too. So, but you know,
yeah, like power scaling is never my forte. But it's always fun to think about. Like there's so many things I forget about, you know. Just like when it comes to like the fights and the nuances
I used to
between
power scale a lot more than I do now. But you know, it's like riding a bike, you know.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just like, it's like going back to what you said earlier. Like, do I have a top 10 list of favorites or objective characters? It's like, it's just favorites at this point, you know?
Yeah,
if I like you, I'm going to hype you up for no reason, dude. I was like, Crocodile, dude. Come on. Put him up there.
I think even somebody that impressed me is like Rob Lucci. I think Rob Lucci he wasn't a lot stronger than I thought he would be. But I think just based off of how the anime did it, because that's something that I didn't consider in the past. Like, I just went off of manga with scaling. But now, I kind of include the anime just because there are a lot of people that just watch the anime. And so I think it's fun. And because One Piece is so all over the place, I think it's more fun if you include the anime. Because, like, we don't know anyway. So, like, using anime scaling as well is just like, fuck it. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, like, even in the anime Zoro is insane. So, off of that, anime Zoro gets a little bump too. But, you know.
Yeah, it's just how it is. Yeah. So we got Mihawk at number 1. We got Katakuri at number 2. Number 3 would be Dofi.
As far as what?
Like strength.
Oh, strength. Okay. Oh,
and then
you have Boa at 2.
Yeah. I think Boa's a very respectable 2.
Okay,
with
so
Conqueror's
Boa at 2,
and everything.
Katakuri at 3.
3.
Dofi at
4. Crocodile 5.
Over Kuma without his brain.
Over Kuma without his brain.
Okay.
And then would you put Kuma there or would you put Weevil there?
I'm probably leaning towards Kuma, but I'm a little biased.
Kuma, okay. Kuma, then Weevil, and then Kuma, and then Weevil or Moria for the last one.
Weevil.
No, Weevil over Moria?
Easy, yeah.
Okay, how about this? Moria with oars, though.
Then Moria.
Okay.
But I mean, I think Moria has a broken ability, especially now reading Solo Leveling. It's like
shadows are nuts, bro.
Yeah, shadows are insane. But he's just fat, you know?
I mean, I guess we are using lifeless Kuma. I was about to say, what about like Prime Moria?
I think he goes past. I think he goes up, but he still remains in the same.
Prime Moria. Yeah, well, that's rough, right?
Because people be like, "Yo, he fought against Kaido," but I'm like, "Yeah, but he lost his entire crew."
Yeah, he lost his entire crew, and then we have Weevil, who Kizaru says is as strong as young Whitebeard. So like we got young Whitebeard and young Kaido opponents here.
And I don't know if Moria counts because like,
yeah,
if I fight against someone and there's no documentation of me taking out anybody on his crew, but I lost my entire crew and my will to fight, and I gain weight and go into and leave the New World and just become like a pirate for hire. It's, you know,
isn't that so crazy? Like at one point, Moria wanted to become Pirate King, and then the next minute he's like, you know what? I don't need Nakama. I just need zombies that don't die anymore. I'm tired of this.
Like, I mean, that's the thing that I like, that I wish we can explore it a little more. Maybe it gets explored more in the new One Piece anime, where just like the losers, like it's a lot of losers, and it's just because they're just not good enough. Where Moria just wasn't good enough. Crocodile just wasn't good enough. Like he has like a second chance now with Mihawk, but just on his own, he just wasn't good enough, right? Because you have sometimes it's just the harsh truth. You know, good is not good enough. And, you know, Moria and Crocodile, they kind of suffer from that, where it's like, it's no knock on them. It's like Kaido and Whitebeard, you know? One's the strongest pirate of all time, you could argue, and then one's the strongest creature of all time. Both Yonko, like, you know, like, it's kind of like when with Smoker. I know people give Smoker shit, but like, you know, well, he ran the gauntlet in Punk Hazard, so.
It was impressive, man.
It's just one of those things. So,
you know, something. So since we were talking about like the villains, like, you know, getting fleshed out more, it reminded me of Two Piece, and I forgot that Two Piece actually originated from what Oda said too. Like he actually acknowledged calling the sequel Two Piece, and I thought that was so funny.
Did he?
Yeah, I have it pulled up right here because I had to like make sure I wasn't like making this up. In 2020, Oda jokingly said that he'd like to start a new manga called Two Piece after One Piece ends, and that's pretty much it. Just talking about that.
I mean, I'm all for Two Piece, just because I would like for it to not to be drawn by Oda.
Yeah.
Just kind of supervised.
So we could take a nap, you know, take a break.
Yeah, it'd be a monthly manga too. Monthly, not really drawn by Oda, supervised by Oda, where it's like it's still his ideas, but it's not as labor intensive where he's involved in everything. You know, it's just loosely continuing his story, just having fun with it. I know some people would hate it just because they hold One Piece to a certain standard, but I wouldn't mind it. Like, I don't read Boruto or watch Boruto.
Yeah.
I think it's because of time, and the anime started off so bad because it was like so much filler. But if the anime was better, I would watch it.
Oh yeah. And
I do plan on reading it at some point.
There was so when Oda was talking about it, he also commented that he really likes what Akira Toriyama did. This is in 2020. He says because apparently the Dragon Ball creator occasionally released brief manga series and then he stopped.
Because Toriyama was definitely, he had a heir apparent, right? He had, I forgot his name, who was writing Dragon Ball.
Toyotaro?
I forget his name. Toyotaro. Was it Toyotaro?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was, but you know, Toriyama was involved here and there. So it's just like, you know, I think that's, and I feel like Oda's going to feel pressure from Shueisha, where they're like, unfortunately.
Yeah, like, hey, you should really, like, they're going to knock on his door every day, like, hey, you should pass the mantle, you know, like, Shonen Jump's doesn't have its One Piece anymore. Because
remember, like, they just lost Toriyama, right?
Yeah.
And One Piece is kind of Shueisha at this point, right?
Yeah.
Shonen Jump is carried by One Piece. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that's still in Shonen Jump. But even JJK is about to be done.
JJK, you know? MHA only has like what, 3 or 4 chapters left too?
Yeah, MHA is about to be done. So it's, you know, it's still One Piece. Like MHA is going to be done before One Piece. JJK is going to be done before One Piece. You know, Sakamoto is getting a lot of hype, right? Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto Days, Kagurabachi too.
Kagurabachi. So it's just, there are things that are there, but it's still One Piece. So I think Shueisha is going to put some pressure on Oda, like, hey, like, you can walk away, but just consider somebody else.
It's like when Sabo left his hometown and then he comes back and then Stelly's like the new step kid. Like, hey, Oda, somebody. We need a Stelly, brother.
We need somebody, just something. We just need something, even if it's a prequel or it's a story that we can adapt. Because if One Piece just ended,
like cut cold turkey, that's I mean, One Piece it sells so well, like month to month, like even if it is like even though the manga is on like a slight decline in terms of sales, it's still selling super well.
Do you think people are tired of One Piece?
Are they tired of One Piece? Maybe.
Or are they tired of Oda?
But I think they're just it happens to any anime or manga, right? Like after 25, 26 years, you kind of like not burnt out, but you're waiting for it to end so you can just binge it all, or you're waiting for like the finale, the final Marie's Raw attack, and then you're gonna catch back up. I mean, that's why people caught up during Gear 5th, right? Like when Gear 5th happened, people are like, oh, like I need to, like a lot of people I knew started watching One Piece because they're like, oh, like I heard this fight's happening or Gear 5th is happening. The ending of Wano's here. So a lot of people started watching One Piece for the very first time. I feel like, yes, while manga sales are declining and people are maybe getting tired, I feel like once we hit that Emu or Blackbeard fight or the Shanks fight or, the race to the laugh tail, I feel like One Piece is going to have another resurgence.
Some people low-key catching up just to make content.
And that too, yeah. Like a lot of people are doing like One Piece reactions now, right?
Yeah.
Like watching episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, because One Piece is so popular. So I get it, but
Yeah, I mean that's just how it is.
Yeah, this is a great Supernova video.
Dude, we started. I'm glad I didn't make the thumbnail already. Which, granted, my thumbnails have like no effort behind it. Yeah, I almost like pulled up. I had a bunch of Urouge pictures pulled up, and I was like, how can I Photoshop this? You know what I mean? And then I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do that. Come on, like, what is this video? Like, just talking One Piece now? What is the thumbnail, Brago? Huh? What am I gonna draw now?
You make it Urouge.
Yes. No. I would. If I make it Urouge, I know there's like a dedicated fan base that just loves Urouge and Urouge hype. So if I were to do that, they're gonna get so clicked. It's like Catfish, right? You talk to a girl online and then you meet her in real life, and it's like, who are you? Like that should be this video. No. You got D's in the picture. You got A's in real life. It's gone.
But that's different though. I think like this one would be like, it's like a catfish. Like she doesn't have big titties. She doesn't look the same, but she has at least a big ass.
Yeah, good person. I mean, and here's the thing
and
too.
Good personality.
If people started this video, I'm sure they could see like how we were getting to all these different topics. It wasn't like abrupt. It was a normal conversation that we kind of just like spun.
If they watched our videos before, they know where it's gonna go. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's
gonna stay on task. So like,
it's hard, man. Like how long can we actually talk about Urouge? I mean, the guy showed up for like 2 scenes.
What else do you want from us? We covered everything that Urouge went through. Like
Saboti, Mystery, Saboti, Devil Fruit. He almost showed up at Marineford, Sky Island, and he beat a Sweet Commander off screen. Like that's pretty much it. I mean, we don't have a lot to go off of.
How big is Urouge? Is Urouge bigger than Whitebeard?
Urouge bigger than? I mean, here, let's take a guess. Let's see here. He is 388 in centimeters.
How does that mean?
So 388, and then Whitebeard.
I think Whitebeard is bigger.
You think Whitebeard's big? He has to be, right? I can't pull it up. I think my Google doesn't want me to look up Whitebeard's size. Oh, I got it. 660, double Urouge's size almost.
He's double because Urouge is as big as Blackbeard. Blackbeard is 344.
Okay, so he's like 40 centimeters taller than Blackbeard. The heights in One Piece are crazy, dude.
So basically, Roger is 274. So Roger's as tall as Brook.
Whitebeard is not Whitebeard. Roger is a small guy.
You think Roger's small?
Oh, well, okay. In real life, yeah, he's huge. But like in terms of like One Piece characters, it feels like the stronger you are, and the older you get, the taller you get. Because the admirals are tall too, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Roger's 274, right?
Yeah.
Kuzan is 2.98.
And then Akainu's 306.
Yeah, so Raj is pretty big.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, he's pretty huge. Fujitora is 2.7. He's bigger than Fujitora. Yamato is 2.63. NL is 2.66. Krieg is 2.43.
Krieg.
So I think normal height in One Piece is like Shanks 1.9, like around there.
Luffy is 174.
Yeah.
God.
Odin is 3.8. So he's bigger than Blackbeard.
Do you think Luffy is gonna get bigger? Like, maybe not by the end, but like, do you think Luffy, if we were to get like a post Pirate King time skip, do you think he's gonna get bigger? What's up? What'd you find? What is
Urouge is okay. So, for context,
yes,
Borsalino is 3.2, right? Urouge is 3.8.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is correct, but Katakuri is 5.9.
Double the size. What about King? 6'13".
King is 6.13.
Dude, we got a lot of tall characters here, man.
It doesn't even make sense.
I think the Straw Hats, as a collective, have the smallest pirate group in terms of height.
By far.
Yeah, by far, dude. We're so tiny.
Because Kaido is 7.1, Big Mom is 8.8, Jack is 8.3.
Oh, damn. Wait, is Big Mom the biggest character then?
No.
8.8. Like, giant aside?
Shirahoshi. Okay, they said General Frankie's 13.0.
Really? Wait, that doesn't make sense, right? Because General Frankie was, like, towered on by Big Mom.
Yeah, right? This is 13.0.
Dude, size in One Piece is something. I mean, like, look at the Gorosei, right? Like, Warkudi was towering over the giant this week.
King Bomb is 23.4.
King Bomb?
Yeah. So King Bomb is big as a giant.
Is there like a One Piece height list you're looking at?
Yeah, it's like a size comparison. Let me send it to you. It's like a video I'm looking at. I'm just scrolling past the video.
It's one of those videos. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll just put it in it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, or Scotch is 42.5.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna skip to the end of this video. Zunisha. Yeah, well, Zunisha's the biggest one, yeah.
Yeah, 2,000.
Yeah. Zunisha's like cheating though, right?
Yeah, Sanwan Wolf is 180. Smiley is 150. Smiley did not feel that big.
Smiley felt huge. I don't know. Smiley was crazy. Smiley bigger than Oars? Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Smiley was just like he was like the size of the island almost. I guess you could say the same for Oars though, but
Surume was bigger than Smiley.
That's insane. Surume, I wish we kept Surume. Why did we leave Surume behind again? Was there like a reason?
I don't remember the reason if there was one.
Surume
doesn't make sense.
He's the giant octopus from Fishman Island. He's with Shirahoshi, right? Yeah. Damn, we didn't even see him in Reaction Piece. Wait, Reaction Piece, bro. Where's Surume?
Yeah, Luffy's so small in comparison to all these guys.
It would be cool if, while we were getting those underwater shots, if we got some roommate just kind of chilling in some ruins. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
We need some
roommate back. The only
thing
is, like, I'm looking at it, like, the regular height, like, do you think Ace would have gotten taller? Because he's 1.85.
Like, I want to believe that every character would get bigger over time.
But Shanks isn't big at all. Or Mihawk.
Maybe you're true.
They're both so 1.98 and 1.99.
Yeah, and they're definitely in their primes. Like, they're in their best forms.
Yeah.
I don't know what dictates height. Like, is it what you eat? You know? It's got to be, right? Like these guys over here eating like steroids or something.
Like, all these people like Buccaneer bastards, like.
Oh wait, what if there's like a Genghis Khan that just went around, just
run around just having
letting
kids.
It loose? Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Roger is 2.74, was it? 2.74. Yeah. And Ace is 1.83. So I think Ace had the genetics at least to get taller.
Yeah, but his mom was normal height though.
Yeah, so that means he should be taller. If his dad is like a foot taller than him.
Yeah, I mean, Ace was still young. He had potential.
But Ace was 21, no?
I mean, yeah, but you don't stop growing till you're like, 42?
I thought it was 20.
I'm kidding, yeah. I think it's like 23. It's like when you stop growing.
Hold on, let me see. When do men stop growing?
What age?
Around the age of 18.
Damn! Wait, 18 we hit the peak? No, that doesn't sound right.
Some people do continue growing until 20 or 21.
Okay, I'm going to go with 2021. I feel like that sounds
The
right.
majority of people grow just a little bit after 18. Just a little bit.
Damn. So we're the same height as 18? There's no way.
You think you're taller than how you were at 18?
I feel like I am, yeah.
I don't think I am.
Really?
I think like after you hit like a growth spurt around 14, then if you're lucky, you get another one.
Okay. If you were God, would you make it to where people just kept on growing infinitely?
No, I would have people choose between like their height and like how long they live.
So I like the way you framed that. I would make them choose. Like you would just show up in the middle of the night, just like which one would you prefer?
It's like you kind of pick
like a ghost.
Like your struggle, right? Like you're in the womb, right? And it's not something that you like remember at all, but you're in the womb and it's like, hey, you kind of build yourself, but then you kind of decide, like it's like a slider, where it's like the more great attributes you have that you're alive, as you're alive, the shorter you live. You know, it's like if you're tall, you have perfect like genetics.
Yeah, it's got to be like
hair.
Balanced.
Yeah, and then like all these things that you pick, but then you live to like 20, you know? But then we slide it across, you want to live to 80, but then you're like short, you know, or then you're not as talented. So it's just like a slider.
Yeah, the IQ drops down.
IQ drops, you know, stuff like that.
Dang, yeah. That would be fun. That sounds like a MMORPG or something, dude. You ever hear talking about like video games at this point, just balancing out the characters?
It's kind of like you have a better life the higher your sliders are in your like your attributes or whatever, but you have kind of like a worse life, but you live longer. So
yeah, I feel like the perfect place is just somewhere in the middle, right? At that point,
I think I'd just choose to live longer and just make myself better in life, you know?
Oh, you could still improve like throughout life? Then that's different.
Yeah, but you're just not, it's going to take longer because you're not as talented.
Yeah. Hey, hard work, man.
You're not as tall. So it's just, you know, you live a longer life.
It's give and take.
Give and take. You can't have everything, you know?
Last thing about the supernova, and then we'll head out of here. But do you, since we're talking about supernova, Hawkins, do you think he's alive?
No. Actually, yes, I do.
You think he's alive? Okay, cool. I mean, it looked pretty polarized. I asked the question to some people, and they're pretty split. I'm like, I feel like he's alive. He's a supernova. I feel like he has a certain amount of plot armor. Will he matter? Probably not. But I think he's alive though.
Yeah. Roshio's alive.
Yeah, Roshio. Oh, dude, Roshio being alive in Jaya after these 2 years is crazy. What, shot by Bellamy, stabbed, set on fire, kicked out a 2-story window. Like, the fact that Roshio is alive, I think Hawkins should survive.
I think Hawkins is alive.
Yeah. I mean, he just lost an arm.
X Drake is alive, and he made it all the way to the G5 naval base.
He got stabbed in the throat.
Bro, yeah. And that's why it's so insane that Ashura Doji's dead and
Izo's dead.
I think Oda was just like, I don't have anything else for them to do. Just
Ashura Doji was so good too. Like, he was the one scabbard I actually liked.
I liked him early, then just fell in line with the others. It was just like,
yeah. Ashura Doji came in and they were like, yeah, this guy's like, he's as strong as Jack. I thought that was insane. They're like, yeah, by the way, Ashura Doji, Kaido wants him to join the crew, and then Jack shows up and they're just clashing equally. I'm like, what the hell? Which I guess makes sense because Inuarashi and Nekomamushi were doing that, so.
Yeah. I mean, him being as strong as Jack kind of makes sense, but the thing is, Jack's strength seems to be stamina. You know, like he can fight for days.
Yeah.
So it's just, can you put him down in time before you run out of stamina?
Or before he decides to whip out the gas.
Or before he whips out the gas. Not many people can do that. So, you know.
I like that.
It's a little different.
Well, hey, Brago, thank you for joining me on this classic Urouge video.
Oh, for sure. I love talking about Urouge, man.
Yeah.
It was great.
I like how we didn't even end with Urouge. We ended with Jack again. How did Jack? I feel like Jack popped into this conversation like 3 times. How's that possible?
I think we're just huge Jack fans, man.
Yeah, we don't even know it. For Jack, like, he's still alive, right? He has to be, right? Do you think we'll see him in the Yamato cover page story?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Me too.
Final thing.
What's up?
Who do you think is bigger, Jack or Kaido?
Jack, right?
Final answer?
Yeah.
It's Jack.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say like
he's 8.3 meters. Kaido's 7.1.
I remember I don't think it's true for all of the All-Stars, but if I recall correctly, there's like a panel where King, Queen, Jack, and Kaido are all in one page. And I think Kaido was like one of the smaller ones, and I was kind of surprised. So I think
Kaido's
Jack
bigger than Queen and King.
Okay. Yeah, so
Jack is bigger than him.
Jack is bigger than him. Okay.
And Jack's the youngest one too, so that's funny.
Yeah. Whenever somebody says, "Are you sure about an answer?" I always double down because I just don't want to go back on it, you know.
See, maybe I want to make a Jack video now.
Dude, I mean, a Jack video would go hard. I mean, like there's a lot of stocks for Jack, to be honest.
Bro, because it's so insane that everybody shits on Jack, right?
He's Kaido's protege, right? Like, Kaido put a lot of faith in this guy.
He called him strong several times, and Jack is only 28.
Yeah, Kaido was like, "Hey, Jack is strong. He's not weak. I'm impressed you beat Jack." And then even when Jack was about to lose a fair fight, and then Kaido said, "I have to step in because I don't want you to." You know how like Shanks showed up and he said, "You know, don't mess with these young bucks. You know, why are you trying to snip out these
That's
leads?"
What Jack is.
Yeah, that's what Jack is for Kaido.
Bro, think about all the people that's older than Jack. And Jack is already a commander in a Yonko's army.
He's strong. And he's not even awakened yet. Ancient Zoan.
I think he's probably the youngest. He's probably, other than the Strats, obviously, because they're like outliers. He's probably the youngest Yonko commander.
Yeah. I feel like that's pretty fair to say.
Other than Ace, right?
Yeah. I haven't been keeping up with all their ages, but I think that sounds right. Like Jack, the youngest Yonko commander.
King, Queen, Katakuri,
and he was
Smoothie.
Wasn't he the first guy that we met that's over 1 billion berries too?
Over Billy, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that was so crazy the minute we met him.
So
dude, we were at Zoe and they're like, I think the title of the chapter was The Billion Berry Man or something like that. Yeah. Like it was titled after Jack. That's insane.
Yeah, the goal is to breathe life back into Jack, man. Because it's just he gets unfairly shit on.
I think it's just because of his opponents, man. Like I feel like if at Onigashima Jack had Jinbei as an opponent instead of Inuarashi, I feel like Inuarashi, I feel like people would respect him more.
But he'd have to beat Jinbei for people to respect him. Or
at least push Jinbei to like extreme diff, right? Because like, you know, Queen, I'd say Queen was like high diff, not exactly extreme. King was extreme diff. I mean, that guy was a monster. Like if Jack pushed Jinbei to higher extreme, I feel like the respect on Jack would be there.
Yeah, there's not a respect on Jack because, well, it's just so weird because he got jumped first in Sulong form by both of them.
Yeah.
Then he got back up and he fought another one of them. So it's like, first he got jumped by the Musketeers and he beat all the Musketeers.
Yeah.
And so he fought all of them, and then here comes Sulong, Inuarashi, Nekomamushi, and they finally get their get back. And Jack gets back up again. I don't know, man.
I think another thing about Jack is that his hybrid form was very unimpressive. Not in terms of like strength.
I didn't even know it was a hybrid.
Yeah, exactly. Like design wise, I feel like his hybrid form didn't do him any justice.
It was pretty ass. Just say it.
Yeah, it was ass. It was not good. Like I'm looking at it right now and it's not the best looker. I feel like he needs kind of like what like Rob Lucci did, where, you know, Rob Lucci's original base form is like big. Yeah, he needs like a fit version, like a really slim down, like strength build. Well,
but he's so young. He has so much time to grow.
He has time.
Like,
he has time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think your prime in One Piece is probably like around 39, 40. That's when you hit your peak, you know?
Yeah. Another thing about Jack, too, is that his weapons are his tusk blades, which is what Warkody has, by the way. I feel like he doesn't really have any mastery over it. Like, he just whips him out and just starts swinging. He doesn't have, like, any sword slashes, any named attacks. Like, I think that's another thing. Like, he just doesn't have the training yet. Like, he's not a master of anything. You know, it's like, I mean, I guess that goes to his name, right? Like, Jack of all trades, master of none. That really does encompass Jack.
Yeah, Jack should have been locking in with Kaido. Like, they should have been trained. Like, Kaido should have been like, he probably was, considering just how much beating he can take. But it's just, you know, he just combat wise, Oda didn't show him anything that was, you know, like, bro,
Yeah.
Jack is still hurt while he's fighting too. He's bandaged up when he's in his hybrid form.
God, you know what else is kind of crazy too? Like, you can't deny how much, I hate using the word aura, but like the aura he had when he first showed up, right? Besides the billion berry thing, bro, the guy was like, oh, Dofi got captured. I'm gonna go fight Sengoku and Sudo, and I'm gonna get him back. Yeah, well, it was like Sengoku, Sudo, and not Green Bull, Fujitora.
Yeah.
Jack literally said, oh, those guys, I'm gonna rescue Dofi. It's like, damn, you know, like he lost that fight badly, but in the end, like he still ran that fight. That's like, you know, Green Bull fighting Momonosuke, and then Shanks shows up. If you put Jack there, Jack would be like, oh, bring it on. You know, like, why? You know, he's fighting battles he knows he can't win, and I respect that in an odd way. Like, that's kind of nuts.
Don't like his haircut either.
His haircut's bad. It's awful. It's awful. It's like the braids. It's just too much.
It's like braids, and he has like bangs. I think
braids, bangs, and a ponytail. Like, dude, brother, pick one. You know, pick one, leave the other two out.
It's like a really weird. It looks like a friar tuck.
Yeah, I don't like his colors either. Like, the guy's tan, right? And when you're tan, like, you can't wear more tan clothes.
Be just like earth tone. I think if you had like orange pants or something, like.
Yeah, even like black pants,
off.
dude. Like, he's got brown on brown on brown. It's like, brother, you gotta, you know, you gotta work with your skin complexion, your skin tone.
You know.
Yeah.
He's not built like Whitebeard. You know, Whitebeard had like the legs. Jack just has the upper body.
He doesn't even have the shoulders. Like, it looks like his arm is all bicep too. Like, there's no shoulder there. He's kind of built like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
He's just not done growing yet, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, give him like 10, 20 years, he's going to be strong. Kind of like how we say that with Kobe, right? Kobe, oh, you know, right now he's a young buck, but dude, 20, 30 years later, Kobe's going to be like one of the strongest characters out there.
Unless he dies, insane. But yeah.
Yeah, unless he dies, but yeah, Jack, I love Jack. Have we ever seen the inside of his mask? He's a fishman. That was like the big secret.
Yeah, he's a fishman. Yep.
Yeah. And he can survive underwater. Even though he has a devil fruit, like he's insane.
Jack is cool.
Which he's like the first instance we've seen of that. Just like a fisherman underwater, just unable to move, but fully conscious.
Yeah, he's like, people are saying he's the reason why they were able to discover Pluton.
Yeah, right. Like when they discovered the poneglyph in ancient Wano, they tied Jack up to like a string and just dropped him down.
Yeah. Just have him.
It's crazy,
what
right?
What do you see?
Yeah, Jack, what do you see? Hello?
What do you see?
His favorite food is elephant meat steak, and his least favorite food is cactus steak. That seems like such a random fact in an SBS.
Cactus steak?
Yeah, cactus steak. And it's probably like some One Piece world stuff, right? I doubt like elephant meat steak is a thing too.
Cactus steak.
His favorite hobby is mowing.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, yeah, he's a mammoth. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Say mowing's like mowing the lawn?
Yeah, mowing. Yeah. I thought it said mewing at first, and I was like, that's hilarious, but no, it's mowing.
Yeah, I was like, make sure I heard right.
Just mewing.
Just mewing?
He walks in the room, he starts mowing. Dude, brain rot is so funny. That's like one of my favorite subgenres of like TikTok and all that stuff.
Yeah, mewing. That's
brain
like,
rot. Oh god, it's so good.
Because mewing is just basically putting your tongue at the roof of your mouth, right? And
have you ever done that?
Well, they tell you to do that when you get braces.
Really?
Yeah, they say that's where your tongue should rest, because where your tongue is resting on your teeth, it
pushes it.
Puts it. Yeah, it pushes it. So it's like they say at rest, you should rest your tongue at the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, I feel like the problem with mewing is that whenever I want to talk, I have to like unrest my tongue,
Yeah,
you know? Like there's like a delay in your speech when you mew.
Yeah, because it's like you got to move it down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where your tongue should be.
Yeah, that is the optimal tongue position is to mew.
Mm-hmm. But that's like
so funny.
That's hard to, to fucking do. It's I don't know.
Just naturally, it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
So the last thing with Jack, it says Jack is the only all-star whose epithet is not based off of one of his abilities, which I guess is true. King the Wildfire, King the Wildfire, Queen the Plague, Jack the Drought. Like, maybe that's a hint that we haven't seen his full capabilities, right? Jack the Drought.
I thought it was based off of him using he's a guy that uses
gas,
like different ways, gas to like.
But the gas is from Caesar and Queen, though.
Yeah,
it falls
it's
under
like,
plague.
Why does he call it the drought? It's like weird.
Like, the only thing I could have thought of is that maybe it has to do with the fact that he ruled over Curry, which is like the desert part of Wano.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's it, but I don't even know. Jack the Drought's interesting. I mean, we don't know what an awakened ancient Zoan is like, right? Awakened Zoans, they're like the whole regeneration thing. Awakened mythical Zoans, they have like paramecia type abilities like Kaido and Luffy and all them. Or, well, not Kaido, but yeah, I guess we only have really Luffy as an example. But yeah, like maybe an awakened ancient Zoan gives him like another property.
Maybe, because I remember I made a video like 8 years ago now about the 7 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh damn, that sounds nuts. What is that about? The One Piece 7 horsemen of the apocalypse theory. What the hell is that?
No, I was trying to predict Kaido's commanders.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And so, let me see if I can find it really quickly. Hold on. It was, I think I made this theory so long ago. Holy shit.
So it turns out that mammoths really liked dry environments, and it was wetness that killed all of them. So, wetness? yeah. It's so, I mean, according to St. John's College of Cambridge, it says, when icebergs melted in the past, it became far too wet for the giant animals to survive because of their food source, which was vegetation, and how it was all wiped out due to wetness. So maybe Jack the Drought has to do with like real life mammoth facts, like they prefer droughts. Well,
it's crazy when you think about it, because like wetness could kill humans too. Like if you're just like
perpetually wet,
in the rainforest, like if you just have no shoes,
you would die after a while.
You would die. You'd literally die. So
there's a Greek philosopher who also died because he like took a nap in cow poop.
Really?
Yeah. Heraclitus or whatever his name is. He died because he
the dude that trained Usopp?
Sort of, actually. Heraclitus. However you spell his name. What caused the death of Heraclitus? He was suffering from dropsy, so in an attempt to cure himself, he covered his body with manure and laid out in the sun to dry. But he was made unrecognizable by the dung covering him, and he was finally eaten by dogs. Like, what an insane, like, little lore dump, huh? Just Heraclitus. His real name is Ephesus Turkiae. If I'm pronouncing that right.
Probably not.
Yeah, type in philosopher buried in dung. So, to end things off, man, we're both looking forward to Urouge. I think I speak for me and Braga when I say that. Urouge 2025.
I agree. Urouge 2025. I'm here. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Yeah, and thank you, Braga, for stopping by. This was supposed to be a quick 30-minute video. It turned to an hour and 40 because we just got so lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it turned into a movie.
Yeah,
So,
I remember like looking at the time. I was like, "Yo, like Supernova's." We're talking about Warlords now, and it was like 20 minutes in. I was like, "Yep, we're cooked." That's
it was like, I think we got to 40 minutes, and we were like, we just got back to Urouge from Jack, and now we went an hour after that.
Yeah, I don't even know how to make this thumbnail anymore, dude. It might just be a picture of you. It might be one of your old thumbnails. So I should just make it one of your old thumbnails. And then I'll just Photoshop myself in the background. I think that's
That'd
it.
be hilarious.
Yeah. You in the forefront, me in the background, and I put Urouge on the side and Jack on the side. And that's it. Call it a day. All right. Hey, thank you again, Brocker, for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. A real trooper, an hour and a half trooper right here.
Good times.
Good times. And peace out, guys.